You may believe you have a solid grip on your habits, but what if I told you that some of the most harmful ones are the ones you barely notice? These patterns are so ingrained in your daily life that they seem normal, but in reality, they silently sabotage your happiness, productivity, and relationships. Today, we're uncovering 4 unhealthy patterns you may not even realize you have. 1. The need to stay busy at all times. Being productive is great, but have you ever felt guilty for simply relaxing? If you constantly fill your schedule to the brim, struggling to sit still without feeling like you're wasting time, you might be caught in the trap of toxic productivity. This pattern convinces you that your value is tied to how much you accomplish. Over time, this mindset can lead to chronic stress, burnout, and even physical health issues. According to psychologists, the need to stay busy often stems from deeper insecurities, perhaps an underlying fear of being unworthy if you're not constantly proving yourself. Breaking this cycle requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing rest as unproductive, reframe it as a necessary recharge. Set boundaries with your time, schedule moments of stillness, and remind yourself that you are worthy even when you're not being productive. 2. Seeking external validation. Do you find yourself constantly chasing approval from others? Whether it's through social media likes, compliments, or other people's opinions, relying too much on external validation can trap you in a cycle where your self-worth depends on what others think. The problem? People's opinions change, and no amount of external approval will ever truly satisfy you if you don't already believe in yourself. When you let others dictate your worth, you hand over control of your happiness. Instead of seeking constant validation, practice self-affirmation. Reflect on your strengths, set personal goals that genuinely matter to you, and focus on internal fulfillment rather than external praise. You don't need approval to be enough. You already are. 3. Over-apologizing and taking blame too often. Do you say sorry excessively, even when you've done nothing wrong? This habit can be a sign of deeper people-pleasing tendencies, often stemming from a fear of conflict or rejection. When you constantly apologize, you not only diminish your own self-confidence, but also reinforce the idea that your feelings and needs are less important than others. Apologizing when necessary is important, but over-apologizing can weaken your sense of self-worth. Instead, practice using more assertive language. Instead of saying, "Sorry for bothering you," try, "I appreciate your time." Instead of taking responsibility for things outside of your control, remind yourself that it's okay to set boundaries and prioritize your own well-being. 4. Avoiding difficult emotions through distractions. Many of us use distractions to avoid uncomfortable emotions. Whether it's mindlessly scrolling on social media, binge-watching shows, or drowning yourself in work, these behaviors can become coping mechanisms that prevent you from addressing what's really going on beneath the surface. When you push emotions aside rather than process them, they don't go away. They build up, leading to increased stress, anxiety, or even emotional numbness. Learning to sit with discomfort is key to emotional resilience. Instead of distracting yourself, take a moment to acknowledge your feelings. Journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or practicing mindfulness can help you process emotions in a healthier way. Breaking free from these patterns. Unlearning unhealthy patterns isn't easy. It takes awareness, practice, and patience. But the good news is that recognizing these behaviors is the first step toward change. Start small. Allow yourself to rest without guilt. Validate yourself instead of seeking approval. Be mindful of how often you apologize, and sit with your emotions instead of avoiding them. Growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone and challenge the habits that no longer serve you. So, which of these patterns resonated with you? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay mindful and keep growing.